Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to ASTRA 2022 program presented by Akka IAS Academy. In this particular video, I'll be dealing with 7 different questions based upon data interpretations and 3 reading comprehensions questions. So let's begin. So the first question is, 6 students are there, A, B, C, D, E and F, and they appeared in several tests here. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F are 6 students and they are appearing in several tests. Either C or F scores the highest. Okay, see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 students are there. Either C or F they scores the highest. Okay, whenever C scores highest, E scores the least here. So if at all C scores highest, then E will be in the last position here. And whenever F scores highest, so whenever F scores highest, B scores the least here. So this condition is given here. Okay, in all the tests they got different marks. D scores higher than A here. Okay, so one more conditions they are given here. So D scores higher than A, but they are close competitors. Okay, so there is not much difference between their marks here. A scores higher than B, so A scores higher than B here, greater symbol. C scores higher than A, C scores higher than A. So this is the conditions given here. If F stands second in the ranking, then the position of B is. So what is the position of B here? So the first question is, F stands second in the position here. Okay, so then what is the position of the B here? So how many positions are there totally? 6 positions are there. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 here. Okay, though F position has been fixed up here. Okay, if F position is fixed here, the second condition here, if at all F scores higher, B will be least, that will not be applicable here. Okay, it is nothing but only between C and F will be the highest scorer here. So obviously C will be here and E will be in the last position here. Okay, so this condition we got here. Okay, so this is from increasing order to decreasing order. This you need to keep in mind here. Okay, so 3 positions we got here, C, F and E here. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E and F are there. C, F, E we got here. So C, F, E we got here. So A, B and D we need to find out here. Okay, so A is greater than B and D is greater than A and C is also greater than A here. See here, when you consider all these 3 equations simultaneously, okay, so you will be getting it as D will be greater than A here. Okay, and it will be greater than B here. Obviously C is greater than A, C is first here, yes or no? This third conditions got finished. And D is greater than A, so D is greater than A I got here, and A is greater than B and A is greater than B I got here. Okay, so if at all C scores the highest, E will be the last position. So this is the condition we need to frame here. If F stands in the second ranking, then the position of B is, so 1 2 3 4 5, the position of B is 5th here. Okay, so option C is the right answer, my dear friends. Okay, moving on to the next question. If B scores the least, then the rank of C will be. So friends, amongst the 6 positions, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, so B is in the last position. Okay, so if at all B is in the last position, then F will be scoring maximum here. Okay, and the 3 conditions are D is greater than A and they are close competitors, and A is greater than B and C is greater than A here. Okay, so these are the conditions they have given, and if B scores the least, the rank of C, we need to find out the option C here. Okay, when you compare these equations, my dear friends, C, D is greater than A is greater than B and C is greater than A, then you will be getting it as C is greater than D and D is greater than A here. Okay, so this is the conditions you will be getting here. See, C is greater than D, C is greater than A and A is smaller than D here. Okay, so similarly D is greater than A. Okay, D is greater than A, these conditions got fixed here. Okay, C is greater than D here, C is greater than A here. Okay, and A is smaller than D. Okay, therefore C is greater than A here. Yes or no? C is greater than A here. This condition also got fixed here. Okay, hence amongst 1 2 3 4 position, we can write C is greater than D and A here. Okay, or else C is greater than D or else and A here. Okay, so these two conditions I'll be getting here, yes or no? And if at all the first condition is here, then E will be replaced here, or else E will be written here. Okay, so there are two possibilities I'll be getting here. The position of C will be either second or in the third position. So option D is the right answer here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. If E is ranked third, then which one of the following is correct here? So 6 positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So third position will be E here. Okay, so the first condition was if at all C is greater, then E will be least here. So this condition will not be carried forward, hence F will be scored maximum here and B will be scored least here. Okay, these conditions we got here. Okay, so amongst A, B, C, D, E and F, so F positions we got fixed here, E position we got fixed here, and B position we got fixed here, and the condition was D is greater than A and A is greater than B and C is greater than A here. So these conditions we need to take here. Okay, hence see here, amongst when you consider all these three equations here, this can be written as C is greater than D and D is greater than A here. Okay, so here we can write C is greater than D and D is greater than A here, because A and D are close competitors here. Okay, so we need to write it beside only. Close competitors they have given, D and D is greater than A, but they are close competitors here. Okay, hence we need to write it beside only. Okay, if E is ranked third, so E is ranked third, then which of the following is correct? E gets more marks than C here. No, this is wrong here. C gets more mark than E here. C gets more marks than E, so this is correct here. A is ranked 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, A is ranked 5th here, so this is wrong here. D is ranked 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, D is ranked 4th here, so this is wrong. So option B is the right answer, my dear friends. So moving on to the next question. Directions for the following two items. Okay, read the following statements S1 and S2 and answer the two items that follow. Statement 1 is twice the weight of Sohan. Okay, so twice the weight of Sohan, you write here twice the weight of Sohan is less, okay, is less than the weight of Mohan. So weight of Mohan or that of Rohan. Okay, 2 Sohan is less than Mohan or Rohan. Okay, so this is the first statement here. Okay, so twice the weight of Rohan. Okay, so twice the weight of Rohan is greater than, so is greater than weight of Mohan or that of Sohan here. Okay, so twice Rohan is greater than that of Sohan. Okay, so this is the second statement here. Okay, so which one of the following statement is correct here? So weight of Mohan is greatest, Sohan is greatest, Rohan is greatest. Whose weight is greatest cannot be determined here. Okay, the first statement says that 2 times the weight of Sohan is less than Mohan. Obviously here Sohan will be lesser weight and Mohan will be the greater weight, and 2 times of Sohan is also lesser than Rohan here. Obviously Rohan is greatest and Sohan is least here. Okay, so we can say that Sohan is the least weight, but we cannot say that Mohan or Rohan is greater or lesser here. Okay, amongst the two here. Okay, 2 into Rohan is greater than Mohan here. Okay, if at all Rohan is greater than Mohan, then it will be easy to deduce that Rohan has the highest weight amongst the three of them here. Okay, 2 into Rohan is greater than Mohan they have given here. Okay, hence we cannot deduce that Mohan is greater or Rohan is greater. So whose weight is greatest cannot be determined. Option D is the right answer here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Which one of the following statements is correct here? Okay, weight of Mohan is least, no, Mohan is lost least here. Weight of Sohan is least, yes, amongst the three people the weight of Sohan is least here, because 2 times Sohan is lesser than Mohan and 2 times Sohan is also lesser than Rohan here. Okay, in this statement only we can say that weight of Sohan is least here. Option B is the right answer here. Moving on to the next question. Directions for the following two items. Consider the following graph in which the birth rate and death rate of a country are given and answer the two items that follow. So looking at the graph, it can be inferred that from 1990 to 2000 here, 2010 here. Okay, so from 1990 to 2010 here. Okay, so this 1990 to 2010 years and 2010 to 2020, so gap of 20 years. Okay, in gap of 20 years, what's the question asking? Population growth rate has increased here. Okay, see here, growth rate means actually it's a difference between birth rate and death rate here. Okay, growth rate means it's a difference between birth rate minus death rate here. Okay, so this is the formula, and it's actually not necessary also here. See here, population growth rate has been increased here. If at all population growth rate has been increased here, so birth rate should be higher and death rate should be lower here. Okay, if at all the population growth needs to increase here, population growth rate has been decreased here, it means that actually population growth rate will be decreased here and also death rate will be increased here, then only population growth rate will be decreased here. Growth rate of population has remained stable, means birth rate and death rate are almost stable here. The difference between the two will be similar for the concluding decades here. And option D is population growth rate shows no trend here. Okay, so see here, when you see the location between 1990, see this position, see a horizontal line can also be drawn here, and for the birth rate it can be drawn like this here. Okay, so in between 10 and 20 here, so this will be 15 here, so we can assume this is 14 here, and also 20 and 25, and this is 24 here. Okay, so 24 minus 14 will be 10 here, yes or no? So for 1990 it is 10 here, and for 2010 here, see, for 2010 this will be 6 here. Okay, and this will be somewhere around 10, 15 and 16 here. Okay, so this will be 16 here. Okay, so again 6 minus 16, that will also be 10 here. Okay, if it, see here, there is a decrease actually, so there is a decrease here, then it is has been stabilized here. This region has been showing decrease here, and the other region, this region has been showing the stabilization here. So population growth rate shows no trend will be the more probable option here. See, you cannot say has decreased because further it has been stabilized here. Okay, the growth rate of the population has remained stable, that can also you not be, that also you not you'll not be able to say here, because initially it has been decreased here, then it has been stabilized here. Hence option D, no trend, will be the right answer here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. With reference to the above graph, consider the following statements considering 1970 as the base year. Okay, so population has been stabilized here after 35 years. See, kindly look into the graph, my dear friends. Option 1 is population has been stabilized after 35 years. So this is wrong here. See here, friends, population has been given here. So option 1 is wrong here. Population growth rate has been stabilized after 35 years here. Okay, so from 1970 till 1990, okay, there is a trend here, and then it has been decreased here, then they have been stabilized here. Okay, so it can be said that it has been stabilized after 35 years here. Okay, death rate has been fallen by 10% in the first 10 years. No, actually this is also wrong here. Birth rate has been stabilized after 35 years. So this can also be true here. So option 2 and 4, option D is the right answer here. So moving on to the next question. For a sports meet, a winner's stance is comprising 3 wooden blocks is in the following form. There are 6 different colors available to choose from each, and each of the 3 wooden blocks has to be painted such that no 2 of them has the same color. In how many different ways can the winner's stand be painted here? Okay, so first block, second block and third block, 3 blocks are there, and actually there are having 6 different colors here. Okay, so this first block can be painted in 6 different ways here. Okay, so available paint colors are 6 here, so in 6 different colors these first blocks can be painted here. Okay, and any one color will be painted here, excluding that the other 5 colors can be painted here. Okay, yes or no? The already one color will be painted here, and excluding that, see here, no 2 of them has the same color here. Okay, so 5 colors will be available here. Okay, and in the third block, actually how many colors will be there? 4 colors will be available here. Okay, so 6 into 5 into 5 into 4 here, 6 5s are 30, and 30 into 4 will be 120 here. Okay, so in 120 different ways this block can be planted here. Okay, option A, 120 is the right answer here. So moving on to the next question. So this is a passage here. Now India's children have right to receive at least 8 years of education. The guiding question is whether it will remain on paper or become a reality. One hardly needs a reminder that this right is different from others enshrined in the Constitution, that the beneficiary, a 6-year-old child, cannot demand it, nor can she or he fight a legal battle when the right is denied or violated. In all cases, it is the adult society which must act on behalf of the child. In another peculiarity, where a child's right to education is denied, no compensation offered later can be adequate or relevant here. Okay, this is so because childhood does not last if a legal battle fought on behalf of a child is eventually won. It may be of little use to the boy or girl because the opportunity missed at the school during childhood cannot serve the same purpose later in life. This may be painfully true for girls because our society permits them only a short childhood, if at all. The right to education has become law at a point in India's history when ghastly practice of female infanticide has resurfaced in the form of feticide. This is symptomatic of a deeper turmoil in society which, compounding the traditional obstacles to education of rights, tenacious prejudice against the intellectual potential of the girls runs across our cultural diversity, and the system of education has not been able to address it. Okay, the passage is speaking about the child's right and all the hurdles and problems facing for the education here. Okay, the question will be, with reference to the passage, consider the following statements here. Okay, when children are denied education, adult society does not act on behalf of them. Does not act. No, this is wrong here. Okay, right to education as a law cannot be enforced in the country. No, cannot be enforced in the country. So this is also wrong here. Which of the statement is given or correct here? So option D, neither one nor two, is the right answer here. Okay, according to the passage, what could be the traditional obstacles to the education of girls here? Okay, inability of parents to fight a legal battle when right to education is denied to their children. No, this is wrong. Inability is wrong here. The traditional way of thinking about the girls' roles in society. Yes, this is right here. The prejudice against the intellectual potentials of girls. This is also right here. Okay, improper system of education. So this is also right here. So 2, 3, 4. Option B is the right answer here. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. Hope you find this video informative. I shall catch up with you in the next video. All the best for your preparation. God bless you all. I shall catch up in the next video. Thank you.